Steelers Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Just one more thing. One more thing on the fire Mike Tomlin, I guess, agenda right now. There's a lot of frustration and heat and anger around this team. A lot of, we need to change this guy. We need to bring back that guy. We should go and draft XYZ. We need to get a receiver for a first round pick. Our defense is terrible, the highest paid, and TJ didn't make any stats in the last two games. And the fire Mike Tomlin crowd and everyone, and some people, that aren't fire Mike Tomlin crowd, they're just like really angry, want to get rid of the coach. And I'm starting to understand it. Not that I agree with it, but I'm starting to understand it. It's not fun going into a playoff game, getting absolutely trounced or bucked from 21-0 down, and it feels like the exact same it did previous years, whether the Chiefs, the Bills, or the Jags, or whoever, or the Browns. It feels like the exact same. So I understand it. I watch the same game that you guys do at home or in America. I cheer on the same team and support the same team, right? So I understand the frustration 100%. And this might be one of my last videos on Mike Tomlin before I start jumping into who's going to be OC. Will Arthur Smith come back? He's had an interview with the Bears. He's had an interview with the Jets. Could that be a possibility? The Steelers might lose Arthur Smith to the Bears or Jets. Would it make a big difference? Maybe over the next few videos, we'll talk about, where the team's ranked on offense and see if it would it make a difference, basically. Or what's going to happen with DC and the contract with Troy Austin. I think Danny Smith is safe from what he did on teams this year. I thought it was fantastic with teams, from the tackling, from the gunners, from the forced fumbles. I thought they did pretty well on kickoff coverage, all those kind of things. But all I'm seeing around the internet, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, is fire Mike Tomlin. And it comes back to me. I start thinking, I understand the frustration. You can write that if you want to. People will read it. Some people get a bit annoyed, upset, or whatever. You can write fire Mike Tomlin all you want, right? But I always come back to this. If you agree with it or disagree with it, or if you're in the middle neutral, it doesn't matter. When you see signs like this, fire Mike Tomlin, it doesn't matter. The Rooneys will make the ultimate choice. We are just the bystanders. We are sitting back, fat, sass, and happy, drinking our beverages, having our pizza, eating our chicken wings, eating our burgers, sitting back, trying to have a good time and support our team and follow the team. That we watch all the podcasts, the YouTube videos, everything like that. We go to the game. We buy the gear. We buy the mini helmets or the Big Ben jerseys or the Debo jerseys. We do everything to be a Steelers fan, and the organization makes the choices. We just react to them, right? Now, of course, if you want to, you can not support the team anymore. You can say, I've been a fan since 1975, 1976. Mark, I think I'm done. I'm going to take the year off. I can't do it anymore. I won't go to the games. I won't purchase, mini helmets or footballs or Steelers clothing, Pittsburgh Steelers shirts. I am done. And you know what? If that's your choice, I respect you for that. You make that choice. I won't do that. I will cheer this team on, support this team. If they went 0-17 like the Browns, if they went for the next 3 years, 3-13 every year. So they were collective, 6-39 over the next 3 years. I'd still support them the exact same way I support them now, being 10-7 and getting bucked out of the playoffs. I'd still support them the exact same way because I'm a fan. I'm a supporter of the team. I'm from Steelers Nation Australia. I love this team. I love the way that we can that Pittsburgh is so awesome. I love the colors. I love the old Steelers. I love the memories of 6 Super Bowls. I love everything like that. I'm a football fanatic. But if you feel like, you know what, I'm not going to give the Rooneys any more money. I'm going to not go to the games. There's going to be spare seats. We should be creating petitions and doing that kind of stuff. You can if you want to, right? Fire Mike Tomlin. I ultimately, though, in one of the last two videos before I start breaking down, maybe we go into personnel, we go into coaching, we go into what the Steelers need to change. It's been a week. A week since the Steelers lost to the Ravens. And everyone's gone really crazy. So if people want to do this, fire Mike Tomlin, all up to you. But ultimately, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters if because the Rooneys are not going to do it. The Rooneys would have fired if they wanted to, if it was going to happen. they would have fired Mike Tomlin the day after the Ravens game. But no, they gave him a contract for 3 more years. I think it goes until the end of 2027. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. They got a $50 million contract. And you can say Mike Tomlin doesn't deserve that. You can say that he's mediocre Mike and he's terrible and he's awful, but whatever, right? But I think what it comes down to, when I was talking on the AFC North roundtable, is ultimately at the very end of the day, and I know it's a very cliche word and a cliche slang or saying, at the very end of the day, the Rooneys have made their choice. Mike Tomlin is the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, going to his 19th year. Yes, he does need some playoff success. Yes, there needs to be some change. Yes, they got to change some things around to do with personnel, philosophy, and they need to get better. I 100% agree with you. But the Rooneys have chosen Mike Tomlin to be the coach for the next 3 years, and history shows us the Pittsburgh Steelers will not change or move on from the head coach. Until Mike says, my time's up, I'm going to leave, then that's it. That's what I find a little bit funny with all this stuff. I think people get very, we're fans, we're super fans, we're very, very emotional. I'm so thankful I have this channel that can turn a light on, a camera, and a microphone and start talking Pittsburgh Steelers football. And you guys are listening at home, or you got me on the big screen or whatever, or I'm on a tablet, or I'm on your break if you guys are eating a meal or whatever. I'm very thankful to talk Pittsburgh Steelers, and I want to see this team do well. I want to see them go to Super Bowl. Oh, well, not in Mike's lifetime. Maybe not. Right? Maybe not. But I find it funny that no matter that probably 95% of Steelers fans, or close to like 100% of Steelers fans, probably would agree, will the Rooneys fire Mike Tomlin? And I think everyone goes, no, they won't do it. Then I say, why does the conversation exist? Is it just because people don't like him? Is it because they don't like the way he coaches? Is it because they don't like the way how he runs the game or runs the organization, or how he, the timeouts? Or is it because the fan base didn't like him from the very start? Is it because it's just time for him to leave? Are you just voicing your opinion like I'm voicing mine? And then you say, well, Rooney will keep Mike Tomlin, and then we hope to see better than 10-7 and get a playoff win, get a Super Bowl. But it's really tough, as also in the NFL with 32 teams, that I think 12 teams have never won it, including the Bengals, 0-3, and 4 teams have never been since 1960-something. And the Steelers, as lucky as we are, maybe not recently, we have 6 for the organization. And yes, the standard is the standard. They need to do much better than a first-round playoff exit 4 or 5 times in a row. I'm not saying that I agree with that it's good to leave or get trounced out of the playoffs and ran over. No, I don't like it either. But it's really hard to win playoff games. I think once this playoff series kind of slows down a bit, I think we'll start to see maybe if the Ravens get kicked out, or the KC gets shocked by the Texans, or the Rams beat the Eagles, like it all comes to an end. All these teams 31 teams come to an end. Only one team wins it every single year. Every single year. And if we go on to live in our lifetime, maybe 80 to 95 years of age, then we'd be lucky enough to see 2 so far in my life. Some people have seen 6 from 1970s until now. They're very lucky to see 6, right? Would it be fun to see another one? Yes. Can Mike Tomlin ultimately get us to the playoffs? Super Bowl? Some will say no way. There's no way they're going to win with Tomlin ever again to win a Super Bowl. You could be right. And some may say, you know what? There could be a chance if they move some things around. Possibly if they were to move on from Charleston, get a new DC. Maybe they implement some new ideas to move TJ Watt around or different personnel. You know what? Don't bring back Cameron Sutton and get other guys in, another corner, another defensive line, rebuild the O-line, keep rebuilding the O-line and get the D-line better. You can't allow 299 yards. Things might happen and something to move and turn around for this organization. But then it comes back to just this. Fire Mike Tomlin. And I keep thinking, how far does that go? What's behind that? Do fans just legit want to get rid of him. Don't care which coach we get. Doesn't matter what coach. It could be anybody in the NFL. It could be someone who's already inside the Steelers locker room. Bring someone else in, get rid of Mike T, start fresh as your head coach that is 0-0 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe try and rebuild in the next few years, go and get a quarterback maybe this year or next year in the draft and build from that. I understand that mentality, right? If fans want that, you can think that all you want to. But that's when I go back to is Art Rooney's and those guys out there. Sorry, I wave my hands too much. Some commenter like 2 months ago, so you wave your hands too much. Can't help it. Right? I'm talking. If you were to get, Art Rooney says, nope, we're sticking with Mike Tomlin. He's a head coach for 2025, 2026. The draft's going to be in Pittsburgh. I'm going, by the way, 2027. I just go, okay, I can't control that. All I can control is my support for the team. And even though it's really bad at the moment with a 5-game losing streak and the Steelers played really piss poor in all facets, maybe for the exception that Chris Boswell did really well this season, Cameron Hayward did really well, right? There's some guys, some standouts like that. But other than that, the defense played pretty poor. I just sit back and go, I can't change it. I can't change it. So, I don't know. That might be my last one on Fire Tomlin. I'll stop talking about it. I just keep seeing these comments all around. The comments around the internet are just crazy. The overall comments are just like, oh my goodness, we have to get rid of him. But then I think we say we want to get rid of him and fire Mike Tomlin. But the organization, as you know, I know here, and as you guys know there in Pittsburgh or America, for worse, for good or bad, for right or wrong, if you agree or disagree, the Rooneys, 99.99%, just won't fire Mike Tomlin. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. If you agree or disagree, if you like Mike Tomlin or don't like Mike Tomlin, the Rooneys aren't going to fire him. It's time to deal with it. We're going to start talking about other stuff, talk about the defense, the offense, talk about draft, free agents, talk about other personnel and creative schemes we can kind of hopefully make up. We're going to talk about something else. Everyone's really fixated on fire Mike Tomlin because of how the game ended versus the Ravens. Anyways, over the next few days, I'll start talking some more things, breaking down what I think we need to see with this team in terms of OC, DC, will Arthur Smith come back? What's going to happen with Terry Austin? Talk about, personnel on D-line or linebackers and how they went, or cornerbacks and stuff like that from my perspective. But the fire Tomlin thing, if we agree or disagree, I don't think it overly matters, right? I agree he deserves to be the head coach. Some people disagree. But the Rooneys aren't going to fire Mike Tomlin.